What's up, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Wednesdays with Worsh. In this week's episode, I'm going to be talking to you guys about morning routines, sharing with you my morning practice and also some of the tools and tactics I've learned from top performers, whether they're CEOs, athletes, head chefs, whomever. Most successful people in the world are using morning routines to prime themselves to have the best day possible, to be as productive as possible. So I think it's important for us to all have some sort of practice, habitual behavior first thing in the morning rather than leaving it all up to chance. So without further ado, let's jump into it.
For the record, I'm done trying to make y'all comfortable. For the record, you ain't trying to grow, then it's done for you. For the record, lab on me going all the way. For the record, ain't trying to link, no time to waste. For the record, for the record, for the record, for the record, for the record. Been a little too nice for y'all. Now I gotta up price on y'all. Snake eyes on dice for y'all. Shoulders on ice for y'all.
All right, so morning routines. I think we can all agree that there's nothing worse than being rushed or stressed first thing in the morning. You're automatically putting yourself on the back foot, whether you've slept through your alarm, you snoozed it maybe one too many times, and now you're constantly playing catch up the rest of the day. You don't have enough time to make breakfast in the morning or really wake up and do anything other than grab a cup of coffee, change, and bolt out the door because you're afraid that because of traffic, you're not gonna get to work on time, and then you're thinking about all the projects you need to get done, and you're stressed, your cortisol levels rise, and you're playing defense the rest of the day. What I'm talking about in setting up a morning routine is let's play a little bit of offense and take care of yourself first thing in the morning. This is what top performers across the board, no matter what profession they're in, are doing to prime themselves to have the most productive day possible. I truly believe that if you win the morning, you win the day. And after creating or constructing my own morning routine over 2 years ago from the tactics learned from Tim Ferriss, his guests on his podcast, as well as Tom Bilyeu and other top performers, I quickly realized that my morning routine, or the things that I do first thing in the morning, really plays a big impact on my overall output throughout the day. Some of the benefits that I've experienced is a reduction in procrastination, as well as a reduction in anxiety and overwhelm from that procrastination of having to make decisions or not make decisions, which leads me into the last benefit that I've noticed, which is decision fatigue. I used to waste a lot of energy making stupid small decisions when I could have been spending that same energy focusing on strategizing on the big picture or thinking about these bigger goals rather than worrying about the minutia stuff every single day. So priming yourself first thing in the morning, taking time and setting aside for you to have the best day possible is not only going to benefit yourself, but also others around you. So let's dive into my morning routine. I'll share with you some of the things that I've learned. So first things first, I'm not checking my phone. I've actually put it on airplane mode the night before, so I have zero distractions. After that, I'm gonna grab a glass of water and rehydrate. Your body's done a lot of rebuilding and needs to hydrate first thing in the morning. After that, I'm gonna jump into my movement practice. I personally like to use yoga because movement helps to prime your nervous system and get you into a physiological state that's more optimistic and allows you to strategize and execute more effectively. Not to mention the fact that you're creating a better mind and body practice through exercise and deep breathing. So get up and start moving. After that, I'm gonna jump into my meditation, where I like to use guided meditation apps like Headspace or Waking Up with Sam Harris, which I find to be great tools and are absolutely free to get started. Now, I realize a majority of people think of meditation as like some woo-woo bullshit, but really what you're doing is you're training to be less emotionally reactive by observing your thoughts, emotion, patterns, impulses in a controlled environment so that you're better prepared for when life throws you a curveball. Now, instead of becoming frustrated, angry, or upset when that moment arises, I'm able to take a step back and choose a better option. Through that discipline, I become more response-able. Next, I'm gonna jump into the kitchen and make myself a cup of coffee. And I love my coffee, especially that French press. I like to put a little MCT oil, some grass-fed butter, some chaga mushroom, and a little bit of cinnamon on top after I blend it all up. And that just seems to be the perfect recipe for me. Then I'll take my cup of coffee and I'll head back to my room and jump onto my 5-minute journal where I write down things I'm grateful for, goals for the day, and words of affirmation. And I found this to be a really effective tool. Really, the two primary tools that make the biggest impact on my day is meditation and my journaling practice. Because I've found that by writing down my thoughts on paper, it helps to reduce anxiety and overwhelm because I'm kind of setting goals and parameters for the day. And also, it's really hard to be upset when you're thinking about all the things that you're grateful for. So it's a great practice for me. And last but not least, I know this is going to seem a little bit funny, but I like to make my bed. And the reason I do this is because if all else fails, I've at least accomplished one thing for the day. And we'll come home to a nice, clean made bed. And it almost works as like a bookmark for the beginning and end of your day, setting you up psychologically for a more productive day. And that's it. And there you have it. That's my morning routine. So hopefully it's inspired you to maybe adopt some of those things for yourself or start building out your own routine. Either way, there's a reason why the most successful people in the world have a morning routine. It's because it works. And in order for you to be the most successful version of yourself, you need to take time first thing in the morning to program something that makes you happy and gives you the best chances of having the best day. So I encourage you to start small, build something up over time, day after day. I didn't start doing all of these things right off the bat. I started off with just journaling. And even if I'm only able to get to 3 out of the 5 things that I normally do, I count that as a win, and it's totally dependent on time. So don't think you have to be perfect every single day. Now, the best thing that I can recommend here is picking a practice that is not only reliable, but something that you can do consistently. Because a good plan violently executed today is better than a perfect plan executed next week, which is this week's quote of the week, coming at us from George S. Patton. All right, guys, that's going to wrap it up for this week's episode. Like, subscribe, and as always, be healthy, be happy, and be yourself. Everyone has something to give this world. You just got to go out there and find it. Love you guys, and I'll see you in the next one.